The phone is lying face down on the table, the way it always is now. You put it there yourself, a small habit you never decided to start. The screen is dark, but you know what's on it. A day's worth of messages you've already answered, every one of them needing something from you and not one of them asking how you are. You answered them all anyway. You're good at that. Someone needed a ride, a reminder, a calm voice at the end of a hard day, and you had it ready before they finished asking. That's the thing about being the one people lean on. The leaning happens so quietly you stop noticing the weight. It started so small you couldn't point to the day. There was a moment, years back, when everything around you came apart and you stayed still. Maybe someone was crying and you weren't. Maybe a room needed one person not to fall and you found out it could be you. And they were grateful in the way that closes a door gently behind it. You were so steady, they said, like steadiness was a thing you were instead of a thing you did that day. And from then on, that was the part of you they were allowed to see. The calm one, the strong one, the one who's fine. You never got to refuse it. No one held out the role and asked if you wanted it. It was simply handed to you, the way you hand a heavy bag to whoever's standing closest, and you took it because the alternative was letting it drop in front of everyone. Now it lives in your mouth. Someone starts to ask, "Hey, how are you?" And you've already said, "I'm fine," before they reach the end of it. Quick, smooth, a little too soon. A door shut before anyone can look inside. The strange part is that you don't know what you'd say if they waited. If someone held the question open, gave it room, didn't move on, you'd stand there with your mouth slightly open and find the true answer missing. You've said, "I'm fine," so many times that you've forgotten what was underneath it. Because somewhere along the way, being strong became the same as being useful. And being useful, you learned without ever being told, means being the one nobody worries about, the one who handles it, the one they don't have to check on because the checking flows the other way, always the other way. So you became reliable, and reliable became invisible. People don't ask after the person who never seems to need asking. Why would they? You built a self so capable that you wrote yourself out of everyone's concern, and you did it so well that no one noticed the cost, least of all you. There's a particular evening that holds all of this. The kitchen full of people you love, the kettle going, you making tea for everyone the way you always do. You know how each of them takes it. You carry the cups out one by one, warm in your hands, and you watch the room soften around the small comfort you made. And your own cup sits by the door where you set it down, meaning to drink it in a minute, once everyone else has theirs. By the time you come back to it, the tea has gone cold and pale, untouched, exactly where you left it. No one moved it, no one thought to. It simply waited the way you've been waiting, quietly, for years. Here's the thing it took you so long to see. Nobody asks the strong one how they are, and it isn't cruelty. It's the role doing exactly what it was built to do. You played it so completely that you erased the need for the question. You made your own struggle invisible, and then you stood in the dark of it, wondering why no one came looking. You called it strength all this time, but a lot of it was just being alone with things and having nowhere to put them down. You carried so much by yourself for so long that you started to mistake the loneliness for competence, the quiet of an empty room for proof that you didn't need anyone in it. You don't, in fact, want to put the whole thing down. You're not asking to stop being the one who shows up. You'd just like, once, to be asked. To have someone hold the question open and mean it, and to discover what you'd say if you let yourself answer slowly. The tea is cold. The room has gone quiet again. The phone is still face down on the table where you left it, holding all those messages you sent out into other people's lives. You turn it over. The screen lights your face in the dark. You open a message to one person, just one, someone who might stay on the line, and you start to type, slower than usual, watching the words appear like they belong to someone you're only now meeting. Actually, you write, and then you stop, and then you keep going. No, can we talk? You look at it for a long moment, and before the old habit can reach up and delete it, before you can decide you're fine, you let it go, and you send it.